Hey everybody, how are you doing? We are back in our house. We are back in the United States. I feel great. The flight went great. It was long, but you know what? It's always good to be home. So, yes, I always like to preface this in the very beginning of my videos when I'm hiding in my bathroom. The light in my office does not work, and so I'm not sitting on the toilet. I've had some people go, "Are you in the bathroom? On the toilet?" I'm not on the toilet. I'm sitting on the edge of my shower. How are you doing? How are you feeling? It is the end of August, which seems crazy to me. Summer is gone. Kids are back in school. If they're not back in school where you're at, they'll be back in school very soon. And so I'm curious, and we could just talk about how the entire summer went, but a lot of you have checked in on a consistent basis for August, and you've said, "Hey, this is my goal. This is what I'm going after." How are you doing with that? So it's August 28th, and I labeled this, how you think is how you act. How you act determines your results. And I know a lot of times I talk about the power of good morning. I talk about the power of how you fuel your brain, right? I mean, we try to fuel our bodies the best we can, but if you're not right up here, this is going to determine how you act, and that's going to get your results, good or bad. And I honestly cannot stress enough how powerful it is to really watch what you're saying up here, the power of your words. Your words have the power of life and death. Are you speaking truth over yourself? Or is it a constant negative? Like, we talk about this all the time in our family. And so I feel like words are huge to me. What I'm listening to, what I'm watching on TV, the books that I'm reading. And it really plays a factor in how you act the rest of the day. And so some simple tools to start with this, right? Always we talk about being grateful. Before you get up in the morning, before you get out of bed, or when you're brushing your teeth in the morning, just think of a couple things you're thankful for. And then I would highly, highly, highly recommend reading or listening to a podcast. If you're on the go, I would pick music that is uplifting. Here's the deal. If you can get this right, it's going to help you speak positive words over yourself in any situation, and it's going to help you get the results that you want. So my question to you is, where are you at with August? How is it going? How are you feeling? Check in below. Do you feel like you've made it a habit? Do you feel like your one focus was accomplished this month, or do you feel like you need to go into September because some people go, "This summer was a bust. Like, I need to start over." And guess what? We can start over. Or we can start where you're at. It's not starting over. You know what to do. But I would say this. You can 100%. Oh, yes. Podcasts. Podcasts are huge. We listen to, like on the way home from the airplane, I listen to a lot of, books. I listen to a lot of books on tape. So I love Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. I love Erwin McManus wrote a book called The Last Arrow. I read a book called The Pursuit by Dexter Yeager. Rhinoceros Success by Scott Alexander. He also wrote another book called Rain or Shine. We use the YouVersion Bible app. My husband used to work for Life Church in Oklahoma, and so he actually got to help develop that. And so that is phenomenal for simply just a daily little message to read every morning. Podcasts. I listen to Erwin McManus. I listen to Stephen Furtick. Who else do we have on there? I'm going to have to go back and look at. Those are the two that I've been listening to a lot. Craig Groeschel, if you're into leadership podcasts, Craig Groeschel from lifechurch.tv, life.church, has a great leadership podcast. And so I just tell people, pick something that you're super interested in, right? And go listen to it. If you don't want to buy podcasts or books, go to YouTube and type in inspirational, motivational. I'll share something. Actually, I'm going to share something that says, "Just do it." It's something, his name is something Williams, Coach Williams. And it's an older video, but he talks, some people go like, "How do you do this?" Or "How did you," Art Williams. "How did you do that, Art?" And he goes, "I just did it." How did you accomplish what you've accomplished?" "I just did it." And so I would just say, find something that you're passionate about. I love audiobooks. So I've been reading the book called Everybody Always by Bob Goff. I've listened to it 3 times. I love that book. I listen to, if it's not a leadership book or a self-development book, I don't read a lot of fiction. And so I would just say this, find something that's going to grow you. maybe share your books below or podcasts that you've been listening to, because that would be super helpful. And I am a stickler in our home about music, about movies. I just am like, man, I'll listen to a song and I'm like, that is complete trash. Girl, shut it off. Sometimes they go, Mom, I'm like, no, seriously, like, first of all, it's not with your age range, but like, it is not fueling your body, like your brain. That is not uplifting. It's speaking a whole bunch of garbage. So something you can do with your kids real quick, truth or trash, or do it with yourself. Do it with your spouse. If one of you is speaking trash, call it. Hey, that's trash. Why would you speak that? My husband and I do this all the time, or my kids. My girls will say like, oh, I hate my hair. I'm ugly. Or I wish I had different clothes. That's trash. No. And then we'll speak truth into them. Or my husband will say, Stephanie, is that truth or trash? Is that life-giving words? Is that not? So just pay attention to what you're saying. You will be shocked when you start thinking about this, about listening to everybody around you. Be inspirational to others. Speak life over others. If you're not going to say something nice, just don't say it, right? In Bambi taught us all that if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all, even to yourself, or even think it. So anyways, it's the end of August. Check in below. How's your accountability going? We're going to start focusing on September. And so if you're brand new, you can join us. Every month we do an accountability. You check in below. You say something that you're going to focus on, one thing. So be thinking about what that's going to be. I hope to hear from all of you soon. And enjoy your Tuesday.